as I told my
The
lovely
problem,
coworkers, who people don't really have a grasp on humor these days.
well, the bigger problem is that due to the way the internet works, Poe's law is in effect about 85% of the time.
Oh yeah,
Sneaky,
of course, yes.
that 5% I mentioned that I'm not sure about is literally me trying to figure out, is Poe's law in effect here or not? That
Well,
that's what it
you know
is.
what we don't have to question, Max? Fan fiction. Because Poe's law is almost never in effect in fan fiction, because the author is always completely serious about their fucked up fetishes. And that's a
All right,
great
boys.
transition into fan fiction contempt theater tonight. Your host, Sneaky
Oh,
Devil, we got
God.
Max, we got Atin, we got Gray, we got probably
Mexican.
Juicio. Yeah.
I'm here. I'm already here.
I was
He
gonna say he's
showed up
been here.
just in time for
Yeah,
the
showed up
late
right on
start.
time. Let the hate flow through you,
Uh,
boys.
so
Ask my line.
I don't know. Yes, right. You don't have access to the moderator log, there, Stanish. But are we?
Yeah.
They deleted, they purged every last message of theirs in our Discord today, and then they left and never answered your question.
I almost feel like we should find what discords they're on and be like, hey, he was here, right? Taint him by association.
Taint him.
I
and
wonder.
It works.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's great.
And then they'll
Mm,
come
look,
crawling back here.
Look, if Ari's smart, they'll just stick to listening to the Wednesday stream
Yeah.
that
Honestly,
you tried
yeah.
to start up and just,
I mean,
in all
I don't
honesty,
understand why people don't just do what I do. Just go onto a Discord, be like, all right, well, I'm not interested in 90% of these topics, so I mute everything, and then I put hide all mute, and then I'm like, okay, well, these 3 channels are the 3 channels I'm interested on this server, and that's all I'm going to bother checking.
The only reason that the Degenerate Corner is still open is because I'm technically a moderator for that specific channel. That's the only reason I think it's still open.
Yeah, pretty much.
That and to
Well,
occasionally
now.
make dumb jokes at the stuff that gets posted.
Meanwhile, Nosehair here mistook a Discord for a person and tried to act like he knew what we were talking about. So that was great. Well, everyone give a round of applause before this stream really gets off for Nosehair being an
well, when you guys
absolute
started,
fucking retard.
I saw Toy Box being thrown around in that conversation. I'm like, huh. It's like, that's probably a worm thing. And then there was the whole, yeah, it's the worm thing. I'm like, wait, wasn't there like some internet personality that also called themselves Toy
I've
Box?
never heard of Toybox.
But I'm.
Anyway,
I
so
thought it was a YouTube channel.
Stanman, tell me, how much do you know about Percy Jackson?
A good amount. I followed the series a long time.
Oh, fantastic!
Oh, I
I
have bad
actually-
news for you.
I'll go to bat. I think Percy Jackson isn't as bad as people like to point it out. Is
Okay,
I think-
correct. Caveat: the first 5 books.
I'd
were
say the
good.
first 5 books and maybe the first 3 of that second series were pretty good.
I was gonna say, I think the second series gets a lot of undeserved flack.
I think I don't know how I would. It feels like there's parts that obviously deserve criticism in that second series, but
absolutely.
I'd say as a whole, it's a better than your average YA fiction. I'll
Okay.
give it that.
Okay, well, hold on. YA fiction is setting a very, very low bar.
I'd say
We're
it's
aware.
actually okay. Then how about this? This is a hotter take. It's better than your average fiction, I would say.
I've read some of the fiction. Here's the problem, right? I have such, I don't want to even say standard. Like, I get so annoyed by bad writing that I will just put stuff down.
Yeah.
So I only end up sticking with, right?
Yeah.
Right?
No,
So
no,
for me,
no.
it's-
I do have to agree with Stanish on this. Yeah.
Like, the problem is, right? Like, I remember.
Okay,
there
but
was
you have a
some
high
fantasy-
standard. That's
Yeah, I
not
know.
average though. He
I
said
know,
average.
and that's what I'm saying. My problem is, like, I will read stuff that I consider to be low standard if I find the premise interesting enough. But there's some stuff where, like, I start reading it and I'm just like, there are people who've done this better than you. There are
Yeah.
people who've done it better than you,
I-
and they've done it without assaulting my ability to comprehend
No,
the
yeah,
language.
it's one of the reasons why I ended up not going to Borders and Barnes and Noble anymore, because like whenever I go into the fiction section, it would either be shit I've already read, shit I'm never going to read, And like, cause all this shit that I was never gonna read was just like either the title was really bad, and I was just like, oh.
Well, there's one thing in my library that I remember it was during a particularly dry spell in my reading. Also, one thing that I found funny, I apply different standards to different stuff. Like I have completely different standards for judging light novels than I do for judging non-light novels.
Well, yeah, I mean you should.
That's
I mean, in terms
understandable.
of plot, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna
That's
hold a
completely
short story
understandable.
to the same standard I would hold a, fucking War and Peace to.
yeah.
I'd say the same.
But
I think you can have different standards for different genres and specifically different like I don't know, different authors too. So like I expect certain things from different authors. If you fail to do it, like if you show me you can do it and then you like fail pretty heavily, I'm going to think worse of you than an author that I don't think much about and then they do like slightly better than average.
Yeah.
Well,
know what I mean?
I mean, a decent example would be the Newsflash versus Parasite series. This one author really likes writing about biological, fantasy, modern times stuff. In one series, it's some sort of weird virus that cures the common cold and cancer, but if it cures the common cold and cancer at the same time, you turn into a zombie. And if you bite other people while you're a zombie, their virus also turns them into a zombie. Because because everyone has the virus in them now because of a cross-contamination dispersal event.
That is weird.
No, it's actually a
I agree.
really good
Definitely.
series, surprisingly, because they don't go too deep into virology or try to really explain it beyond, it happens. And it's
I
about...
was just say they learned the midichlorian rule, which
But-
was
Well,
dumb.
no, they didn't.
You know what? I'm going to give you a hot take. I don't think midichlorians are all that fucking bad.
But
I think people who cry about midichlorians are
They-
the same people who like.
I think
they are
want
an
to-
unneeded
I think
answer.
They're dumb, and I think they're explained super poorly.
A main reason why people dislike them
agree.
is because they were an unneeded answer. It's like...
I get that. Again, I get that. My thing is, at the same time, I feel like the people who complain about it just want to be Jedi in their head. They're just fucking nerds who want to jerk off to the idea of being a Jedi. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, I'll certainly.
I think they're both. I think they're two different. Like, I think one is bad, and I think the fan who like freaks out all the time about acts like they're the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Are this like they're equally as bad in my opinion.
It's
But
the
maybe
horse
actually,
show, yes.
There are plenty of things in Star Wars that are way, way, way worse than midichlorians.
Yes.
Some of them are characters. Some of them are plot devices. Let's
not.
Project
Let's
Dark
not.
Saber. Project
Let's
Dark Saber.
not.
And I'm not
Okay,
talking about
boys.
that stupid Mandalorian thing.
Boys,
I'm talking
boys,
about
boys.
the time that a Hutt learned.
So
got the
I'm now gonna
like a Death Star.
torture Stanish some more because I love doing
Wait.
that.
I got something for you guys. All right,
Uh-huh.
look up on. I want you to look up on.
Yeah.
I want you to on Twitch. Look up Ari Lynn.
Oh, what's
And there's a Discord group.
Oh, for Ari Lynn?
Yes, it has one member.
Ari Lynn?
Yes,
Oh, don't go harassing.
I was
Yep.
gonna say
I
we
would
will,
never.
We've said it before, and we'll say it again.
We do not harass
not
on this.
support, and we do not condone it. Don't you fucking
No
do it. We're
harassing.
telling you not to.
There's no harassing here. I'm just curious.
There better not be.
I'm just
But
very curious.
anyway, let us get started on for the night. I'll try and prevent Ari from being harassed by reading Harry Potter Game of Thrones fan fiction to Stanish, and watch as he does that.
The objective is to make his soul crumple before he can find the Discord
Wait
button.
a second. Harry, is okay. Wait.
Yep.
I want to.
Mhm.
I want to see.
Yep.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
This.
Mhm.
Wait. Why does he?
Harry
Why
Potter.
does he even mention Vimes? God.
Because Vimes wrote a 1 million word long crossover fic that is
I
completed.
know, but it's like He deleted that one?
No, it completed. He completed it.
Oh, I thought you said deleted. I was like, really? Wow, okay. Surprising.
No, he completed it.
Huh. Okay.
Harry Potter is reborn in Westeros as the son of Brandon Stark and Ashara Dane 4 years before Robb Stark was born. ... Watch a ruthless and fierce, basically everything that Harry Potter isn't, Harry become a powerful Lord of the North and
I think-
emergent and watch a ruthless and fierce Harry become a powerful Lord of North and
Oof.
emergence of North as powerful kingdom.
This is so bad.
Ellipses.
Okay, so can I just, off the top, what this horrible synopsis has shown us?
Yeah.
That this author is a dumbass, like, in general?
Well, I mean, that's what I was trying to say to close out the earlier comment I was having about the books, is that sometimes the synopses would just be so fucking awful. I'd just be like, I don't even want to read the first chapter because the synopsis of this story just so dumb. And
Without, okay, not even going into, like, the grammatical or the issues
Yeah.
there, right?
I just, yeah.
Okay, so I think Harry Potter can be ruthless if you write him right. Like, there are things you can do to Harry Potter to make him a ruthless person, right?
Sure.
Like,
I can acquiesce that. Yeah.
he can. So the thing is, he has a temper, right?
Sure.
So you play off that temper and you make him like more and more angry throughout the story. I'd say like book 5 of
There's plenty of ways
Harry
to
Potter.
do it too.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know. There's like, book 5 of Harry Potter definitely showed that he can be a very angry teen, right? And that anger can be channeled, fueling his dark side, whatever.
Right.
So, saying that, I don't think Harry is like I would say he's more fierce than he is ruthless. Like if someone said to me, Harry Potter's pretty fierce, like as a way to describe someone who's like pretty willpowery, yeah, okay. My issue is that this is like I don't think Harry could ever rule anything.
No.
He doesn't strike me as a person who could like I think he could like lead something, but I don't think he can rule anything. If there's people
No.
understand the difference between those two things.
Most people don't.
And that well, yeah, that's true.
The
but
people
like,
here
again,
long term.
yes. Our boys,
the boys, the lads,
the Chads,
mm-hmm.
the Chuds.
Chuds indeed.
Chad's unite.
But so to clear up the rest of this synopsis, though, A New World to Conquer and Wild Wolf. So A New World to Conquer, Lord of the Grey, is, as far as I'm aware, another Harry Potter story.
First of all, I hate that. The only time I want to see Lord of the Grey is if you're talking about Jedi Knights.
So this is another.
I think you could use it in good context or something, but if you're talking about something else, but it just sounds weird.
Yeah,
in that way.
It's between a light side and a dark side type of thing. You immediately go straight to Star Wars because it's the two prevalent things.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
But for Harry Potter fans,
well, yeah, we hear a lot
there's
of
a light
dark
side
lords,
and a dark side.
But there's never any light lords mentioned in Harry Potter. That's the problem. There's always a dark lord. There's never any mention of a light lord. So like if in canon it was
there's never mention of a light lord in Harry Potter, specifically due to the fact that J.K. Rowling's magic system is broken, and the dark arts, which is what makes a dark lord, are just things that hurt people.
Which is so stupid. Like the fact that Fanon has essentially broken those down into ways that are
right. I can understand why you have that, right? Like, right? Because if you're a wizarding group and you're trying not to get caught and you're trying not to let the mortal authorities know about you, stuff that mind controls people, stuff that just kills people, and stuff that causes people to scream horribly in pain at the top of their lungs. These are not subtle things.
Well, mind control is, but no, that's not. That's
Depending on how-
the
okay,
unforgivables are not just the only dark arts. Literally anything that causes a wound in Harry Potter canon is considered a dark art.
Wait. So again, the thing is, Harry Potter system is so broken that the fan community has broken those curses and made them like. There's literally every time I read a fic where it's like, "Great, Harry Potter." He's like, yeah, I can use the unforgivable curses because, yeah, the Veda Kedavra, it's used to put down animals,
Yeah.
that's why we use it.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
the mind control one. I mean, how are we going to stop people from committing suicide? If he tries to jump off a building, we can just mind control him not to jump off the building, or something like that. Or like,
yeah, they try to justify it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's literally the fan community has done that to those spells.
Like
Here's
with
the
Star. This is the difference though between Harry Potter and Star Wars is that Star Wars there is literally two sides. There is the light side of the Force, in where it's, I'm not gonna say non-lethal because Force push and can be extremely lethal, but they are.
Hell, if you're a real asshole, Force heal can be lethal.
Yes, but they are not directly lethal. The consequences of the action can be lethal, but they are not directly lethal. Meanwhile, the dark side is shit like draining the life force from someone, choking them, electrocuting them with lightning.
The choking one, it could have been used before as a way to like tourniquet wounds or something like. People are.
But that's the thing though.
Again.
Is in Star Wars, gray Jedi are actually a thing because the gray Jedi are like, okay, yeah, look, lightning is actually incredibly useful to have as a weapon in certain instances, and
to disable
if I have
things
to get
all around us.
pissed to do it, well, as long as I keep myself centered, I'm okay. That's a gray Jedi.
Okay.
Well,
How about this? I need to use the Force Lightning because I'm trying to immobilize a droid
Right.
that has armor that's resistant to what do you call that?
Well,
To
that
lightsaber
that
blasts.
is
Well,
actually a
first-
light side power, by the way.
Well, no, I was gonna say, depending on what you take as canon, there were a bunch of light side users who were like, boy, this, zapping droids with electricity thing is really handy, but I'd really rather not be doing that while thinking about beating someone to death. So they came up with Destroy Droid,
Yeah.
which is basically I make an ion storm with the Force.
Hmm.
I get that again, but like your gray Jedi goes, well, you know what? It's kind of easier to summon up the power of lightning, and I don't actually feel that bad if I'm just thinking about something. Literally, this mental exercise is in some ways helpful to me as a person because I'm getting out aggression at the same time that I'm not hurting anybody.
But it's
like,
also
this is literally
it's
like
also
sparring
shit like,
or something.
It's also shit like getting satisfied from torturing this criminal that you're electrocuting down because it's like, well, if I use my lightsaber, they're probably gonna get maimed and or killed. So if I tase them effectively with electricity, I'm not saying that's safer, but it,
Well, no. So something is important. So one of the things that was fantastic about Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, first of all, they split things up, right? You had light side powers, you had core Force powers, and then you had dark side powers. And the core stuff was like, look, this is stuff that it doesn't matter if you're a good guy or a bad guy. The Force does it, right? You don't have to be mad or feeling centered and calm to do Force push or Force speed or basic Force telekinesis stuff like throwing your lightsaber.
Right.
That was all shoved into the or using the Force to jump high or punch hard. That's all just basic stuff.
Right, exactly.
But the other thing that I appreciated was Kyle Katarn. Because one of the first things Kyle Katarn tells you before you even learn any Force powers is, listen, powers are not inherently good or evil. It's how you use them. And there's some forgotten line of dialogue in one of the games that has Kyle Katarn where it's like, yeah, Kyle, how can you produce such massive Force lightning and not be like risking the dark side every time? He's like, it's really easy. It's about where you're drawing those negative emotions from, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can produce such massive amounts of Force lightning because he's mad, but it's quote unquote righteous anger, right?
Right.
It's mad about the fact that his father served the Empire loyally and got shot because he might have been a Jedi. Mad because that drug dealer is giving kids cocaine.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you have the Harry Potter side, which is an undefined magic system with an undefined classification of spells, where we're told, oh yeah, that's a charm, that's a jinx, and then like was it around book 4, we never hear spells being classified again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then shit like what's the dark arts? Oh, well, the Ministry says the dark arts are pretty much everything that can be used offensively. And that's why there's only ever Dark Lords, is because a Light Lord, according to the public, is someone who uses tickling charms and dish cleaning spells.
Or I guess like Transfiguration technically, it's just like a neutral.
Yeah, but that's more neutral. But that's why there can't be Light Lords and can't be Grey Lords in terms of canon Harry Potter. Now, you can certainly say there is Light and Grey Lords in a fanon Harry Potter universe that draws heavily from Star Wars, for example, and where there are distinctly evil spells like the Blood Boiling Curse that the more or less good guy uses, because he's like, well, if their blood's on fire, they can't keep casting spells at me.
Or like what is the like Bombarda, right? That's
Right.
literally something that you could blow someone up with.
Exactly.
How
yes.
is that? How can you teach that to school children and be like, you know what?
Because giving
Someone's gonna
what could possibly go wrong giving school children an RPG?
It's literally an RPG.
Okay,
Well,
listen, to be fair, Jedi Knights were like, let's give these children the ability to shove people off cliffs. Also, death swords. Just
I mean, telekinesis
but
is
they had
literally
training
the strongest
sabers.
thing ever. Like you can pretty
okay,
easily
no, but Sneaky,
use.
by the time they ditched the training sabers as young as like 12 or 13.
Okay, fair enough. Harry
Because
Potter
that's when
joins
they were-
ISIS.
That's
Wait a
when they
second,
were
wait a second.
giving them that.
Whereas,
good lord.
okay, so can't you technically with telekinesis essentially do like fires because you can?
That
you-
okay, so force fire is like a power that's been done by lots of fans. It's never been
No, I
done
get that,
in
but
Star
with the idea of telekinesis, like moving stuff with your mind and/or moving things with your mind, can't you technically do like a type of pyrokinesis?
It
If we're going off-
depends on. I would say it depends on how granular you get. Some right, maybe the horns, like the Horn family, could have done it because in Star Wars it was never explained, which was fine. But not the horns. Damn it, I'm trying to remember which. Sneaky, what was the family that was like hyper great at telekinesis? I'm sorry, because I was thinking the horns were
Sean?
not great at telekinesis. I think that was it. Yeah, I think it might have been them because the horns were actually garbage at it. They were like they can do mind trick on a scale that most other people just absolutely cannot. Like Corran Horn at the height of his power before he got stabbed was capable of even flawlessly tricking other Jedi masters.
Okay, I've got a question for Adam real
what
quick
he
on
was
Star
doing.
Wars. Right before, let's like get back to what we were doing.
Yeah.
There's a guy,
Harry
and I'm
Potter.
trying to remember his name. He is a person who was around the Jedi Order when Anakin and Kenobi were, so like in that time period, right? And then he became a Sith Lord. Like afterwards, he became. Well, first, he was a Tusken Raider, like a half Tusken.
Yep. No, I know
What's his
exactly what you're
name?
talking about. What was his
What's
name?
his name?
Son of
Because
a
I
gun.
can't remember.
I don't know either. I don't care either. But anyway, so New World to Conquer is reborn after my embarrassing fall at Godric's Hollow, as the Potter brat was an interesting experience. I got sorted into Hufflepuff, but now I've been reborn as the Lord of Winterfell and Westeros. Well, this is new, even to a now retired Dark Lord. So basically, the premise.
He would not retire.
The premise is that Lord Voldemort, when he did the whole zippity zap at Harry, ended
He
up as
loses.
Harry,
Oh, right.
and then he gets sorted into Hufflepuff somehow, and then he dies again, and now he's in Game of Thrones, and this all happens in the first chapter.
Wait, no. Okay, hold on. I want to be sure I grasp this.
So that
Voldemort
story,
ends up as Harry Potter,
Right.
fighting
yes,
himself.
Yes.
that's actually a pretty decent idea. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
I
not
like
saying it
it.
isn't. But then he loses to himself
Right.
That's pretty sad.
and goes to Game of Thrones.
How do you lose to yourself when you know where all of your Horcruxes are?
I mean, it's better than beating yourself.
Get out.
Ugh, you're tiresome.
I feel like I just connected with Standish on a deep spiritual level.
So anyway, yeah, this story I actually
After this,
passed
me and Atin
over.
are getting married, so you have
No.
the gays.
I
No,
actually passed this story over.
We're connected because of our mutual dislike of this man.
Yeah, so this is the inspiration story, a story written back in 2016 and updated back in 2016. Is the inspiration to this one written in
And the
2018,
Vimes story.
2019? Yes. Well, the Vimes one is a completed story, so I can understand why people would be reading that.
And it's Vimes, so the writing isn't bad.
No, it's not. Now, however, what really boils my blood here, 7,600 favorites and 9,000 followers.
This is the what's called one? The one that we're
Harry
shitting on
Potter.
actively?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just from the title alone, I know this person is a grifter when it comes to A Song of Ice and Fire. Brendan and Ashara don't get together 4 years before 4 years before Rob is born. Rob is born. Okay, so there's an extreme amount of theories about whose baby is who.
I've spilled shit everywhere.
Okay,
Keep going.
I'll keep going. Okay, so so there's like an extreme amount of theories about who's born to who, right? So there's like the average person who watches Game of Thrones and then maybe reads the books knows about R plus L equals J, which is Rhaegar and Lyanna make Jon, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming this person has seen something about like one of the counter theories to that, which is Brandon and Ashara make Jon, which is B plus A equals J, right? I personally subscribe to that theory myself, mostly because I think it makes more sense. But still, they don't get together 4 years beforehand. To make the timeline make sense, they get together after Rob is conceived, technically, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because Rob was the oldest by a significant bit. I'm sorry.
No, not by a significant bit.
No,
He's older than Jon.
I'm sorry. All the other. I'm sorry. Rob and Jon are older than all the other kids by a fair bit.
By a fair, yeah. So our Sansa's like 11, and
no,
then
I thought she was a little bit older than that.
No, she's 11. She's 11 in the books.
Right, she's 11 at the start.
At the start, she's 11. Arya is 10, or no, she's 8. She's younger than that. She's 8, and then Bran is close to her that she's 7, and then Rickon is like 3.
Yeah.
So that's how the aging goes. Rob and Jon are both 14.
Yeah.
So
yeah, sorry, that's
this person is no, it's okay. But how? Okay, so Ashara is not from the north to begin with, and then the only other place she would be, because one of her duties was she was like the handmaiden to the princess would-be queen, Elia Martell, the lady who gets her head, or no, who gets cut up by Gregor Clegane, and then there's the Mountain versus the Viper fight. The beautiful, you raped her, you murdered her, because Pedro Pascal can actually act.
Stabs.
Yeah. Yeah, she is raped, and then I think they bash her head in, but I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, this person's a grifter.
I love the way you say that. Okay, you have such disdain for them. Not to be clear that I don't understand that disdain.
This person,
Right.
this person read a couple theories about Game of Thrones, and then maybe read some wiki articles. Why?
Right here's
Why are there so many grifters in my fucking fandom? Get out!
here's the thing,
Grifters,
right?
get out! Read!
I read
Literally.
right. Everybody was talking about Game of Thrones is so great, and there was a TV show coming out. I was like, I'm going to read the books because I firmly believe in reading the books before you watch a show or a movie. The only one I did in the reverse order was The Martian, and that ended up great because I read the entirety of The Martian in Matt Damon's voice.
True.
Okay,
that's
The Martian
fair.
is a really good movie.
Yeah.
As far I've not even read the book. Okay, I'm going to be honest here. I've not read the book, but the fact of the matter is, it's a good movie. Like, just on a movie premise alone, the acting that he does is really good. You know what I mean?
Really don't miss a whole lot. Like, yeah, there's some extra stuff in the book, and if you liked the story and you want to read a little bit deeper and maybe get a little bit more science-y, the book's a great thing to read.
So,
but like I said, the best part about
this is
it was
my
you
take
just
on
read all the
adaptations.
Matt Damon.
It doesn't have to be extremely faithful. It just has to be good. Just make it good. The first 2, 3, even 4 seasons of Game of Thrones are not exactly faithful. They drop plots, they drop characters, but they're pretty tight. The acting is good and the writing is good, and I think anybody can agree with that. Like, just the acting and writing on their own are really good, and it looks like the direction for the most part is really good too. Now, once you get past that, it seems like the quality drop off, everybody can agree, is it's pretty high every season to the next. So, like, the 5th season, it wasn't horrible. The acting was a little weak in certain places, but it wasn't horrible. And then, progressively getting worse till you get to the 8th.
So, of course, to really exemplify why this story is so well liked and favorited and followed, the author
It's in the Game of Thrones section, right?
does an immediate flashback.
Ugh.
Present time. A black-haired man was looking at the rippling object in front of him. His once bright emerald eyes looked very calculating and weary, but also carried a hint of sadness. His name was Harry Potter. He reflected upon his past. Several years before this moment.
Fuck, man.
Oh boy.
When the Dark Lord had cast the killing curse on Harry, the soul piece was destroyed. But it had consequences, which he did not realize at the time. It seemed that some of Voldemort's personality had leaked into Harry. Okay. After the war, Harry did not go back to Hogwarts for his
I'm sorry,
newts.
I just love the idea that Voldemort's, like, essence and soul and personality are somehow a viral, highly contagious disease.
Indeed. He
All I can think of is
retreated
that-
to Grimmauld Place. Wait. Grimmauld Palace.
I don't think this
Grimmauld
person,
Palace, eh?
either
Listen,
this person has a really bad habit of not editing their own work, or I think they're not. I think this author isn't
Aware?
a native English speaker.
It's possible.
Also,
that being
I want
said,
y'all to.
Grimmauld Palace is a far more interesting idea than Grimmauld Place. Where
Actually, yeah.
have they been meeting? Grimmauld Palace. Don't you mean place? No, I mean palace.
All right, guys, I got something for you. Let me just drop this review for you guys.
No.
Oh, okay.
What's this review from?
This story. It's from this story.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, jeez.
Underplayed Creations goes, some of his personality leaked into Harry. Well, he's gonna go shoot up Hogwarts now.
Another wank
I'm
of a
reading
story.
this
Just,
review. Sneaky, is this someone that you trained in the art of, like, just harsh reviewing?
Oh, this
With
guy?
no construction to it?
Pro tagging properly? Nope. Good
Seems
gravy.
like it.
Another wank of a story. Just this author pretending to be Harry Potter and trying to wank their own ego. There is a reason you don't masturbate in public. FYI, it's disgusting and not different from animals like dogs running on the street. Get a life and build a normal, healthy relationship and get laid. Yes, no, I personally trained that man in the art.
That is horrible.
Anyway,
It's a review.
it's a good review.
It's a good review. What's sad is most of these reviews are like,
It's funny.
oh, can't wait for more. Great story.
Those are the listen. I don't care if somebody's story is good, bad, or just meh. Don't just
I hate
comment saying this story is great. I can't wait for more. At least tell them why you enjoyed
liked
it.
My last two reviews were hold on, let me bring up my reviews. Sneaky Devil reviews. I got a I got a nice history of reviews.
I'm sure you do.
Harry Potter Squatter, incredibly wholesome story. Thank you. Father's Love. Both stories are very wholesome. Wish this story would update to the Ares encounter because it's a partner story to his other one.
Okay, I've got another great review. I'm just going through these. I'm confused. Given the large number of reviews, this is supposed to be a good story, but I say this as politely as possible. How can anybody read this? It would be one thing to have the occasional grammatical error, misword, or spelling mistakes. All 3 chapters are full of them. There is hardly a sentence that goes without one of the aforementioned mistakes, making this nearly impossible to enjoy reading. But you aren't writing a dissertation, so that's all I'll say about your need for a beta or writing course that goes beyond elementary school.
Jesus.
All right, I got one.
Writing this on the computer.
I got one to follow up.
Spell check. The tourney of Harry Law takes place in 28-1 AC. This is the starting point most people give for Shara Dane and Brandon Stark's tryst. You have Shara giving birth in 278, meaning Brandon and Shara would have had to meet in 277, give or take. I guess you left it vague as to where, considering the only thing of note is the defiance of Duskendale. This is a plot hole. I guess your chapter title is also misleading. Harry is born to a lady of Starfall and heir to Winterfell. Even if he is a bastard, that's not a humbling beginning. I suppose it could be a play on words, as he is a baby and can be nothing but humble, but I doubt it. The rest of the chapter was so blank, ... I'm having difficult saying anything nice about it. It's rushed. The characters are really OOC so far, and even the dialogue feels out of place. It doesn't have to be Shakespeare. Come on. This person, what's sad is this person is really trying to be polite. You know that? Like they're trying their best.
So here's one of my reviews from back in January. Technically speaking, you can't report people for having negative things to say about your story, as that's an abuse of the report system. However, that being said, your story is certainly the sort of thing that drives my budding alcoholism. Not only is it completely nonsensical, being a poorly jointed fusion world, but also because it just seems like the OC is with purchased store cosmetics for Naruto characters. Your grammar, while not exactly the worst I've ever borne witness to on this website, does leave much to be desired. While I can understand English can be hard and that fanfiction is a place that people come to learn how to write, maybe you should first pay more attention in class when they teach English.
Oof.
Followed up by my other review for a different story. Yes, I forgot how the military dictator doesn't have the power to fire low-level government workers.
Oh my god, that's something that annoys me so much. Dude, why don't people get that Kage are dictators? Oh my god. Well, okay,
you found your kid.
The most you can say is that, like, maybe it's run in an oligarch type way. I mean, like Suna has a council. We do know about this. There is a Suna council, right? So
That's
maybe
a
you could,
council. There's
yeah,
definitely
but
not
maybe
a
you can
civilian council.
again, but maybe you can say that that's like the oligarchy that controls it. There's still a dictator in place, though. Oh my God,
Here's
that's
another
the
one.
most, though.
This
That's
is
the most.
Also, another thing that annoys me when they don't get that, they're like, he can't just do that. I'm like, yes, he can. You get picked as the Kage because you are the best, right? Doesn't
Well,
necessarily
you
mean
not
the
only are you picked as the
strongest.
Kage because you're the best, you're also picked as the Kage because you're most liked by the commandos and black ops of the village. So all
You're
I'm
also
saying,
picked as a Hokage because you can literally shit stomp anybody who says anything about you. Generally, like yeah, if you had like 5 S-class ninja in your village and 4 of them didn't like you, and then they all ganged up on you, yeah, maybe you couldn't stop them. But generally, you're thought of as the person who could stop at least an S-class ninja, if not more than one, right? So like the third Raikage, right? The dude who would literally fight a Biju hand to hand.
yeah,
Because he can.
Generally, he can kick the shit out of everybody, right?
yes.
Or literally, the fucking a man who can teleport, and then more than that, changes the teleportation jutsu so that he can just teleport anywhere around it. Like, oh my God, why don't people get that Kage are literally just gods to these people?
Well,
So
because the problem
is,
is you have Naruto,
yes.
who by dint of being Naruto messes up all the power scan. This is also another problem, right? You have to have your main character, right? If you want to get a proper sense of how powerful things are, you have to make sure that your main character ramps up slowly or makes it very clear that, right, you have to make it clear that this is not natural, right? Everybody calls Naruto stupid and dumb and worthless, and then he keeps winning and winning and winning and winning. So the problem is you're trying to set Naruto up as this stupid dumb kid who's a constant fuck up, but then when he does things like beating Zabuza, right, when he tricks Zabuza without ever using any of the Nine Tails abilities, it's like, wait a minute. This is one of the most feared ninja in the world who's in the bingo book, which they establish is this is the book of ninjas that you either you kill them for money or you run away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I'm generally okay with that because it isn't that people say Naruto is dumb and Naruto is dumb. The thing he is, though, is at the same time kind of a trickster and creative, and they show that at the beginning of the series.
Yes,
right?
and that's
He's
fine.
a kid
My point is they continue to denigrate him throughout the series.
Oh,
And
people in the universe around him? Yes.
Yes.
Sakura
People in universe
continues to
continue
act
to
as if
denigrate
she's
him,
better than him.
and that messes up their power scaling because they keep making it look like he's this underdog. And when you get to the point where he starts getting real training and just starts curb stomping everything in sight,
Well, as soon
that's
as
why
he
people
beat
don't
Neji,
think
that
about
should
the
have been
fact
it.
that yes, it should
As
have.
soon as he beat Neji, that should have been the end of people calling Naruto an underdog in a fight, unless he's literally fighting someone like a Hokage, a Kage, or like the Sannin. Right from that point on, he is a person that you should be whispering about as like, well, what the fuck is going on
That's
with
an
this
up and
kid,
comer.
man? Yeah, that's an up and comer.
So-
So yeah, he's gonna get some respect.
Speaking
But
of Naruto,
as soon as that happens, that's it. Right? I understand when people like look at the Kiba fight and they're like, I mean, yeah, he just like
He
Farted
farted
shit
on.
his way to victory. Right? But like when you look at the Neji fight, that's the one that you're like,
Yep.
how it's literally this person has no offensive capability that can break through this person's defense, and he still beats him in the end, right? Through a trickery, which is the ninja's tool, the trickery thing, right? As much as, you know, the end of Shippuden kind of went away with the whole,
Yeah, but that's a different story.
it became laser beams, you know.
right?
But
Yeah.
still, up until that point, you know, Ninja was all about being like the most creative, the most using everything to your advantage around you, right?
Right, and,
So-
and they even kept that theme going in the very next fight with Shikamaru.
Oh my God, literally, that is one of my favorite fights, just because I love those two characters. But it's literally that fight
Yeah.
because
yeah.
we saw the raw power that that Temari has in her Tenten fight, right?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, she gets beaten because someone uses their brain instead of their brawn. Not to say Tenten is dumb, but Shikamaru's that smart.
Yes, but
Which we don't know shit about Tenten. Character we don't know fuck about.
You're
Anyway.
right. It's great because they're like, Shikamaru is this super smart kid, and they keep building that up and building it up and building it up. And how does he win? He eventually does enough physical and mental gymnastics that he can make this bitch knock herself out, and that's how he wins the fight.
So this is my problem. I honestly believe that Kishimoto, in his effort to keep Naruto from being accepted, kind of handicapped his own story.
Well, yes.
Honestly,
well, he also handicapped Naruto in general. They significantly in metatextual. They degraded Naruto as a character because they really characterized him at the start. He's very creative. He has all these creative ideas, and that's how he's beating, Zabuza, as you said. But pretty much from the Zabuza fight on, every single Naruto fight just becomes Naruto runs at a person, says a bunch of words, he gets the shit kicked out of him, says more words, then beats the person up, and that's the fight.
I'll disagree there because Kiba and Neji are the fights where it isn't about him. Like, literally, in the Kiba fight, he's handicapped. He only wins off a fucking lark, essentially. And then, in the Neji fight, he's fighting against someone who can literally counter everything he does, and then beats him through trickery. So I would say after those fights, when you get to the Gaara fight, it feels like, yeah, I agree there. That he's winning through kind of a cheaty method in the end. Of like, yeah, I just happened to get the boss summon. That's just happens to be what Jiraiya teaches me in the time that we hang out together, is how to summon the big boss. And then for this fight that we didn't know that was going to happen technically, I get him. I mean, I guess you could say that Jiraiya knew that there was something that was probably going to happen during the stage.
Well, here's the thing. You could even just explain it away as Jiraiya being like, okay, look, kid, you are hopeless. But you have assloads of chakra, so I'm just going to teach you.
Yeah, you could explain that, but that's not what happened.
No one your age is going to be able
you could explain it as like that, but that's not what happened.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, so one last thing. So this is my review for the Naruto Rosario Vampire story we left. And then we're going to go back to Harry Potter. That only took about half a bottle of the good stuff to get through. Your story, frankly, is horrendous. Your characterization doesn't exist, and honestly, neither does your ability to make characters. You are a creative hack, and a poor one at that. You wouldn't know how to pace if someone sat you down and explained in explicit detail how to write a sentence, or, frankly again, how to write anything. As it is clear you have never read a book before, I wholeheartedly implore you to do so, as you sorely lack in every facet and function of writing. But anyway.
I agree.
Yeah. That was a Naruto Rosario Vampire crossover where Naruto turns into Kurama and then goes to the Rosario Vampire world and joins high school.
Can I just say, I think any crossover that involves Rosario or what's the other one there where they summon Zero? The Zero?
Mm-hmm.
Zero.
Yeah. Generally, those are ass. All of them are ass.
They
I think
tend to be, yes.
There's only one crossover I actually like, and it's the one where she summons a pawn, or she summons a, I think it's like the corpse cart builder or whatever from.
From Shade Knight. She summons an acolyte.
Is it okay? It's an okay. So she summons one of those, and that's probably because it turns it on its head, and it's like, yeah, this person who's a social outcast, why wouldn't they become a villain in the end? Like she hates her life. Why wouldn't she become a villain if she get the chance? Was influenced by necromancers.
You should also read the one where she summons a Necron Lord from Warhammer.
That one's great.
That one's great. That one's completed.
I was just saying.
Yeah.
There's
like
one.
That one more. Like, don't get me wrong, I love both of them. I like the Necron one more, just because I am a 40k sucker. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
I like the WoW one more.
Have you read the Necron one?
I haven't. I'll try it. There's another one, and it's the only one that they don't summon like something like that I really really like. It's the It's Saito, the one by that one guy who has like 17 fics going on. It's Saito the Onmyoji, and it has like a unique
Seer
magic
King.
system.
Yes, yep.
Yes, Seer King. That guy who has 18 or 19 fics going on
Yep.
at once.
Yeah.
But that one, because it has its own unique magic system that the author is like literally trying to invest in.
Yes.
I really like it. And the villains.
And
like,
if you could find a link to the Necron
good.
one.
Yeah,
please.
I
I'd like
believe
that.
I left it under my favorites. Hold on.
But yeah,
Let's continue with the story.
There
before
was
we don't do anything.
the final one I would recommend for Familiar Zero was The Foundation Must Be True, in which Luis summons a Brotherhood of Nod base, like the hub base, because it has an AI in it, so therefore it's an intelligence.
Oh. Okay.
And
Generally, is that Halo? I'm not.
no,
familiar
Command
with
and
what you're
Conquer.
Oh, okay.
Sneaky, I'm just gonna put it in Fic9K. It's called
Yeah.
Herald of the Void.
Yeah, that one.
Okay,
So
I'll check
the
that
basic
out. Dude, that sounds
premise
awesome.
of both of those fics, Foundation Must Be True and Herald of the Void, is that because Luis summons them, both AIs reach the conclusion that she is clearly in the Herald of the Void case, she's clearly a Satan, because obviously who else could summon a Necron Lord? And in the case of Foundation Must Be True, she's clearly the coming prophet, because who else could have just summoned, the AI?
Well, that's the same thing with the Acolyte one, where it's
Yeah,
like,
I know.
you've got to be the Lich King, right? Or you're some type of Lich. You're someone in charge of me. Okay, how do I do it?
Oh yes,
Kill
Overlady by Earth Scorpions. I can't actually recommend that one. It's a very good fic. The only reason why I can't recommend Overlady is because it's a very long, still ongoing fic that updates at a very, very sporadic pace.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes. That's why I don't try to up. So like Seer King has a schedule, but it's just so long, man.
Yes, exactly.
Like he'll go 7 months in between, and that's just because his schedule is like that. Which again, I understand. He does stick to his schedule generally, but again, it's so
just
long.
When you have a break that long, you're just like,
Well,
yes, but it's the problem is with certain fan fictions, especially the kind of stuff that Seer King writes. The long breaks are actually a detriment beyond normal to him, because he writes in a shorter chapter style, but also with lots of original detail to them. And that's not technically bad. It is bad in case of the fact that, say, you're a, D times D fan, and now you have like 4 Seer King fics that update maybe once a year from him, and while in the meantime you're reading like 200, 300, 400 other D times D fics, and when Seer King finally updates, you're like, fucking shit, I forgot everything that was going on here.
It feels like I have to reread at least 2 or 3 chapters every time Seer King updates a fic that I'm like interested in.
It was good. I think I know which section you're talking about, Underplayed. Was it the section where it got really trippy and she was like talking to a pirate AU version of herself?
Well, what's going on?
Overlady, Familiar of Zero. Like I said, it's a very long, ongoing fic. It's actually a perfect fusion world of Overlord and Familiar of Zero. I mean, Overlord the game.
That Overlord fanfiction, the anime. So
no, not the anime. The game.
Okay, yeah.
It's a perfect fusion world of the two together. Like
those worlds feel like they fuse pretty easily.
Yes, they do. But he effectively made a completely original story with just light trappings of all of the Familiar of Zero and Overlord stuff.
I mean, seems legit.
No,
cool.
You did an excellent job at it. Yeah, basically, he took everything that was canon in Familiar of Zero and then Overlordified it.
So this is the thing. I honestly like the idea of Familiar of Zero. Like, it's harem trash. We all get it. But like the idea of like a harem, not a harem,
The idea of
magecocracy-
harems.
No. The idea of a magecocracy where like nobility is just because you
Magocracy.
have magic does feel original in my experience, because it feels like everybody's like, you know what, magic. You know, those people are great. People who have magic are
Oh
always
yes,
noble.
yes, that part.
And
Yeah.
noble, I mean, in a good, they're a good person. Or if they're a bad person, they're evil. And it's not really like that. Like generally, people who would have magic in like a medieval society, they'd probably be kind of dickish to the people who don't, and racist in a way, like racist in that people who don't have magic.
Well,
Oh, yeah, no.
it's one of the reasons
Not
why.
enough fantasy stories touch on that.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why wizards in D&D are considered very snobbish and are written as very snobbish in the correct books, I guess you could call them.
Cough,
Yeah.
Elminster, cough.
Yeah, where they're very
in the correct
elitist.
settings.
They're very elitist. They're very
Unless, go ahead. Sorry.
No, so the reason why they're all very elitist is because wizards, unlike literally everyone else besides maybe fighters, get their powers from just sheer levels of study and memorization and notarization, and literally they study for just decades to get their power.
Yeah.
They are
So
the
I
nerds
agree.
of D&D.
The thing is, it's
Yeah,
really
they
cool
are.
if in a D&D world that you create that you fuck around with that. Like, yeah, why wouldn't there be countries that are magecocracies? Why wouldn't there be countries that are like dictatorships just based on like the mage who's the most powerful, the Kage who's most powerful? You know what I mean? Like, that's not something that really doesn't make sense for a world, especially a world like D&D, or worlds like D&D, where like generally levels of technology can range so vastly, right? You can have like tribal peoples, and then you can have like, you know, gnomes and shit who have like crazy weird inventions.
Things I liked about
Depending-
Raistlin Majir, which is he is a wizard. He is an absurdly powerful wizard, and he is an asshole.
Another example would be in the Drizzt books. There was 2 wizards in the party at one point, and there was a swarm of low-level enemies coming at them, and the 2 wizards had this like basically dick measuring contest of like, oh well, I memorized these spells. Oh well, I figured out this spell, and they basically just kept using up all their spells. And then
That's hilarious.
then some stronger
that's a
enemies
great-
showed up, and then the wizards were like, fucking shit, I used all my regents that I brought with me.
But that's so great, because if you're role playing an arrogant asshole who would butt heads with another arrogant asshole, like, yeah, they're gonna have a dick measuring contest, and yeah, it could have bad effects on the party. That feels great. Honestly,
No,
that's
it was great, and like the whole party was like, "Are you
That's great.
fucking kidding me?" It was handled excellently, but so often I see
know
in a
what?
lot of
Let's-
stories
I was
where
saying-
the
and
wizards
that-
aren't pricks, and they should be
That goes
prickish.
hand in hand with one of my favorite things that so rarely happens in D&D
Mm.
and fantasy in general, and I've talked about it before, which is high tier magic being used for petty shit.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Using
Humans
modified
are petty.
memory because you lost a card game.
So there was this character that one of did I tell you guys about the podcast that I listened to? It's
No,
Australian.
all right,
Yep.
we're cutting there. We're cutting it there.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's wait till the after show to do
Yeah.
a lot of this D&D talk. Let's keep going with the fic that we were supposed to be.
This absolute fucking garbage fic that we keep trying to
I was gonna
distract
say,
ourselves
by the way,
from.
Seth, you're quickly realizing something about the show. We don't get sidetracked because we're like completely unfocused. We get sidetracked because talking about this stuff is way more fun and interesting than, oh
Than
yeah, let
talking
me
about this
stick my
garbage
nose back in the garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I want to smell it.
So anyway, blah 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 blah.
Stinks real
Harry
good.
went to Grimmauld Palace. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. As Soul Piece him was destroyed, he was able to concentrate easily.
Ugh.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this person isn't what's called.
Blah
isn't,
blah.
like-
Attended the funerals. Blah blah. Blah blah. Andromeda told him to get the fuck away from Teddy, and he was like, "All right, well, I understand." So he did, like a fucking simp.
No, this person's obviously likes touching little boys, and Andromeda understood that.
He agreed to her demand, sent Teddy gifts, He visited his friends. He had lots of free time, so he learned all of the magic. And
All of it.
yeah, he got occlumency, so now he's like super smart and mega mind. And then because he had that, he literally learned all of the magics he was supposed to learn, and even more magics. And then Kingsley was like, "Hey, we're gonna give you super aura training to make you a super aura."
But why?
Aurora.
It feels like every fic you could just sit there and just like, but why? And eventually you get down to the fact that like they're just trolling essentially, or like not even trolling. If they just want it to look cool. That's literally
Well, no,
it.
this is literally what I call justification of overpower. Where it's literally just a series of events where the author gives a flimsy justification as to why their Harry has so much power. Because, normally you have your several stages. First, you have the stage of just overpowered character for no apparent reason. Where, Harry Potter enters the scene and he's like, "Swiggity swag! That hurricane is now eating your face!" And everyone's just like, "What? Oh no, he summoned the hurricane, the classic Harry Potter spell."
Right?
I would
Well,
say,
you know what?
side note, that was one of the things I like so much about the one where Harry Potter becomes a fucking Space Marine Inquisitor.
Oh, yes.
Because the author doesn't try to justify. Why is he so stupidly powerful? Because he comes from an age when when they've truly unlocked the secrets of magic and they know way more about it than you dumbasses do. And why can he punch somebody in the mouth? He's a goddamn Space Marine in power armor.
Indeed. Yeah, so, anyway.
Justification over.
Just
And
then you have your
Never comes up again.
ranging of justifications, and then you move on to the enlightened author. So if small brain author is Harry Potter is OP, enlightened bigger brain author is Harry Potter is OP because. Where they then just proceed to list just maybe one or two sentences devoted to each reason, but it's just like, oh yeah, well you see, Andromeda actually hated Harry, and because of that, she banned Harry from ever seeing Teddy again, and because of that, he wasn't stuck taking care of Teddy anymore, and so he had lots of time on his hands, so he just went into the Black Library and learned every single spell there, and it's like,
Okay, you know what? I
Okay.
like when the authors use things that the author, the main author, like the original author, like they put it out there. So like, yeah, there's a Black Family Library. It's talked about. So yeah, maybe he would go in there and find a spell or two that could be different or are particularly pushed towards the dark arts because that's the type of place it is. But it feels like it's become such a trope that I like. Whenever I read it, I roll my eyes because I feel like it's going to be just used to justify something extremely like not cool, or not even not cool, like extremely meta in that it's garbage. Am I wrong here?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Okay, so whenever someone says like, yeah, and then I went to the Black Family Library to learn all these different books.
Right.
Oh, there's so much knowledge in here, right?
Right.
So much forbidden knowledge, and I'm so much stronger because of it. Like,
Right.
as soon as people's like, I read that, I'm like, okay, but like,
Yeah. No, I hear you.
I don't care, and it makes me feel like this shit is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
It just reads cheaply, you know what I mean? It feels like people aren't working for it. Like, so, you know what? This is the perfect example of it. Harry learns the Expecto Patronus thing, right? But it takes time and it's hard for him. And specifically, it's even harder for him because he's a person who struggles. Yeah, he struggles with like depression and has a lot of shit in his life that's gone bad, right? Doesn't have a lot of happy memories. So yeah, it would be kind of hard for him to get to like happiness and just pure happiness. So like, then when he's teaching all these other people how to do it, it takes time,
Right.
and it's hard for them. But they get it somewhat easier just because they have a little bit more happiness in their life, and they are generally older than he was when he learned it.
Right.
Like, make it make sense is all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Well,
Just use some logic. I know it's hard for like fan fiction authors, but like just some logic. Just
I was gonna say,
give me
listen, it's
something.
hard for lots of authors to apply logic to whatever they're writing.
Yeah, that's true. But go ahead, Sneaky. I won't read it anymore.
I think Sneaky died for a bit.
I'm just reinvigorating myself with more. Oh, there goes my alcohol.
Are you stupid?
I'm drunk.
Okay, that's true.
That's basically the same
Are you
thing.
stupid? Stop spilling it. That's money. Fucking wasteful.
I know, right? I know. And
That's the only thing. Like, I can't. I refuse to be that person who ever spills liquor. I have never spilled liquor in my life. I refuse.
I used to not spill liquor, and then I started drinking harder.
I refuse. I've been like almost blackout drunk, and I fell over and still had my cup up.
See,
I will
I
not let
too
it fall.
do that. It just sometimes I forget when the glass is filled or not, and then I'll be like doing something stupid with it and be like, oh, right, it was still full. Because I am dumb.
Very good.
So anyway, acceleration, blah blah blah. Hermione congratulated him, but was jealous of his super secret aura training that she knew all about. And
He's just getting stronger.
blah blah, yeah, blah blah. Ginny wanted him, but he didn't want her. But the training was tough, and he also learned literally every spell field in existence and multiple martial arts. And then he was a Black Ops Dark Lord killer after the training was over, and immune to all the unforgivables. And then Ginny joined the Hollyhead Harpies Quidditch team, and then they got married. And then Harry realized Ginny only loved Harry for his titles, but they did have lots of sex. And then Harry realized that sex was not lovemaking, and then he mistook it
All right,
as
listen.
love.
That's one of the stupidest things authors have ever written. Listen,
Oh my god.
there's a difference between the two. Look, yes, I will grant you that there can absolutely be a difference between the two. But
This feels like they just got
generally
their first
speaking,
breakup.
generally speaking, most people don't climb into bed with something that they aren't at least physically attracted to, and on some level can trick themselves into thinking, yeah, I love that.
Or not even I love that. I like that enough to fuck it.
Yeah. Right? Well, and so while there is absolutely a chemical difference between the two.
I think people underestimate. This is an incel type thing, but like these dudes like underestimate the amount of pussy you get on the first date, man. Like even if you've got some godly fucking charm, it's not always guaranteed, buddy.
I think you mean overestimate. You said underestimate.
Oh yeah. My bad.
I was like, you got some mixed messages here.
Yeah.
In your messages. Anyway, so it gets
that's
better.
incels for you.
So Harry was commanding and charismatic, and really started rising through the ranks.
Spineless and annoying.
Yeah, more or less. But now he's commanding and
if I was at that
charismatic.
school and everybody was going,
No,
Harry Potter's so
Atin, you don't understand. Harry Potter is now a suave, buff, ripped guy who is totally awesome and amazing. So therefore, he
What are we talking about?
What's that? Kick him in the dick, I hear.
So anyway, he quickly rose through the rank. What now?
Just wait, dumbass. So they're saying, people are saying Harry is this great piece like of human. I'm honest. Can you go back for a second? Like I missed that.
Harry Potter is commanding and charismatic.
I mean, I don't know if I would say he's charismatic.
No,
I think
he is now.
Okay, I don't know.
That
seems like some bullshit.
That's what the author's trying to set up.
We've time skipped forward.
The author's trying to set up that Harry Potter now, after his Spec Ops training and the special Spec Ops training on top of that, he's now super hot and awesome and amazing and just the best at everything.
I don't think people know what like Navy SEALs are actually like.
Listen, they are grumpy, angry, violent
No,
human beings.
they can be very happy individuals, but also if they
Okay.
get the order, they'll snap your neck without even blinking.
Sneaky.
Okay.
On the whole,
I'd say yeah, they're a little grumpy, but more than that, they're generally like nerds. Like every fucking SEAL I've met a couple of them. They're all fucking like nerds. And I mean nerds in like the not even like the D&D sense, but like in the I'm pretty good at computers and math sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're fucking nerds with glasses like you wouldn't believe it. Now, they're built like a brick shithouse. Don't get me wrong.
And they'll snap your neck without a hesitation.
And they'll snap your neck and then like make a tourniquet out of your body for someone else. But like again, they're still like nerds generally. Like in real life, these people are just people who have a very strong will. That's it.
what? Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Fucking Birdo posted a bunch of quotes to the one of the quotes Discord.
Oh, I see. Well,
Okay.
we just lost
Stannis
Stannis.
killed himself.
Ah,
Apparently.
yes. So, in the meantime, while Stannis tries and desperately reconnects to the channel, I'll read off these two-sentence horror quotes. Apparently, so the writing prompt for these is write 2 sentences and make it a horror story. First one. I told her there was no monster in her closet as I picked her up and told her she could sleep with us tonight. I figured that was the safest way of getting her out of the house without him realizing I saw him. I always wondered what the scythe was for anyway, I asked, as Death escorted me to the underworld. Protection, he answered nervously.
Oh, that's good.
As I woke up in the middle of the night, I heard Alexa speak. Okay, security alarms have been disabled.
Oh, that's actually really good. Holy shit.
Yeah.
What is this from? I missed it earlier.
It is r/2-sentence horror stories.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Anyway. So yeah, he's super charismatic, and everyone wanted to be like him, and so he just like fucking got promoted left and right. And then one time, Hannah Abbott showed up, and she was like, wow, Guinea had an abortion twice, and she just like fucking fetus deleted your kids.
She used the powerful dark hex.
Fetus deletus.
Fetus deletus. You know what? I'd have so much respect for an author if they actually wrote that. The fucking balls.
The darkest
to
of
just
hex.
write the darkest hex of all. The one to eliminate life. Fetus deletus. And just like the amount of shit they would get.
Ooh,
Dude.
I mean, oh man, there was several things I could say that would make that infinitely worse. But I'm not gonna say them on the podcast.
Till the after show.
Indeed. And then he was absolutely stunned to know that Guinea had murdered his children. Because...
Okay.
Hold on a minute. I feel
I want to know
several very important things.
I want to know the politics of this author, because if they believe that...
No,
He's inserting shit. He does
Okay, listen.
He takes artistic liberties with stories that are already taking artistic liberties.
Listen, sometimes I can't tell with this idiot.
Anyway,
yeah,
so,
that's true. To be fair, like it felt like that'd be the...
Okay, what the author actually says is he was stunned because Guinea knew His one great wish was to have a family, while he
That's literally-
understood that her carrier was important. That her carrier,
I think that's supposed to be career.
yes,
Yeah.
it is,
Obviously.
was
but
important
no.
at
Giddy Weasley has a pocket
Wait.
carrier. She is in fact an aircraft.
Oh,
that
shut the
her
fuck up.
carrier was important. I yeast.
She has fucking Enterprise in her back pocket.
No, clearly
no,
she has a.
Guys, you are
Star
missing.
Destroyer.
You are missing the greatest spelling mistake I've ever witnessed. They used a capital I instead of a lowercase L.
Oh,
I'm
God,
sorry, what?
I. Oh no, that is a capital I.
That's fucking horrible.
Hang on, I need to double check this.
How?
No, wait, hang on.
That's a capital I, my dude.
Yeah. Yep. One of
Where
one.
the fuck is
match.
this?
Oh no.
I East. She could have told him. When
I
he-
thought she suffered a momentary stroke, as you are wont to do when you're drunk, but no. Oh God.
When
This is-
confronted, Guinea had a
horrible.
big fight with Guinea, as did not want any
What?
children now or ever.
Guinea had a big fight with Guinea.
Yes.
Okay, wait. Okay, if she,
No.
this is so fucking stupid. So do
Yeah.
you realize what dating is for? It's so that you can realize if someone's compatible with you.
A fucking coworker who refused to acknowledge that dating was about finding someone to have kids with.
Or compatible with you. Okay, if two people don't want to have kids, okay, that's fine. They don't
But-
want to have kids.
But that's
The
just
idea
called
is to have-
cohabiting. Like
Okay, I get that, but if they both agree that they want to spend the rest of their life together, and they both
that's
agree,
just called
Wait.
cohabiting.
I get that. Wait,
That's not
but they
dating.
both believe in the instant. Oh my fucking god. Okay, so what if
Mickey,
a
Shut the
what-
fuck up for a minute.
what if someone is like literally sterile?
Then they adopt a kid.
Okay, again, I get you. What if they don't want to adopt a kid?
Well, then they're shit fucking out of luck and will probably suck a shotgun in the
and
near
what-
future.
Oh my god. Oh, again,
Mickey,
if someone doesn't want to have kids, that's okay. But don't get together, and this goes for the other person too. Don't get with someone who doesn't want to have kids ever. Like both of these things are the same. You're both bad for this. He's a dumbass if he thinks he's actually going to convince her to have kids eventually,
Okay, no,
and she's a dumbass for getting with someone who wants to have kids.
Yes, you're not wrong, but what I'm saying is if you are dating, it's because you're looking for someone to have kids with.
Eventually, yes.
If neither of you want to have kids, but you want to live together for the rest of your lives, that's just a roommate you fuck.
I don't necessarily agree because if both of them are sterile and they don't want to adopt for reasons, like how is that their fault?
That's not their fault. It's still just a roommate you fuck then. It doesn't change
I
the
think-
reality of the situation.
I think there's more to marriage than just someone that you fuck to have kids with, though.
Yes, there is more to marriage than fucking to
Okay,
have
but-
kids. I
Okay,
said
but you're saying explicitly-
dating.
Okay, I misunderstood then. I thought you meant that when you eventually
date,
marry that
No,
person.
you date to find someone you're compatible with to have kids
Okay,
with. You
I agree
marry them to raise those kids.
Again, I agree. I generally agree then. My point was, if someone can't have kids or doesn't want to, it's fine for them to date someone who doesn't want to.
Yeah,
But
well, you're
they
Brazilian, Pedro, so your opinion literally doesn't matter.
What did he say? I didn't see the
He
chat.
said I
I'm not
disagree with
looking.
you.
Who? Me or you?
Me.
No,
he
the
disagrees
DA
with me.
disagrees with Sneaky. He has
That's
great
dumb.
reason for it too, because Sneaky has a really fucked up worldview to begin with.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Sneaky's a filthy, degenerate, messed up subhuman, and that's
Did-
mostly
did-
his parents' fault.
Hello, look, there is many things that I am. Degenerate is not one of them.
I mean,
I don't know. Some of your brain pathways are pretty degenerated at this
Yeah.
point.
I
That
would
is
say
completely different.
If we go for the literal medical definition of degeneration, you're getting there.
That's Alzheimer's, not degenerate. Degenerate.
I mean,
Degenerate.
Alzheimer's is degeneration, but
Yes, but you wouldn't go up to a Alzheimer's patient and be like, "You're a degenerate."
sure I would. They're not gonna remember it in 5 minutes. Listen, I
Not
say that with a
wrong.
grandfather who died from it.
God fucking damn it, At.
Oh please, like you're the only one allowed to make insensitive jokes.
I'm not saying I am. I'm just saying that's gonna get clipped, and someday some autistic bastard with a hate boner from me is gonna attach your squeaky ass voice to that clip, and then attach that squeaky ass voice to your podcast with your real name.
true
Let
enough.
them.
True enough.
Let them.
Oh,
I will
Also, I feel
continue-
like me and Sneaky definitely have the squeakier voices of all the people here.
Oh,
Listen,
I'm
I
not
make
squeaky.
horrible jokes on that podcast too.
I am the rusty hinge that is grinding on another rusty hinge.
This is
Oh,
true.
so
Your
you're
voice honestly
grinding
makes me
voices,
like,
eh?
you know what?
Nah,
You know what?
which doesn't-
If I was a chick,
I
your voice would
apologize.
make me dry as the fucking Sahara. Like,
Well,
I'd fucking shrivel and
my
die inside.
life experiences beg to differ, sir.
Okay. Again, are you
Okay,
sure
but
it's not
Sneaky,
your
be fair.
actions
How
and
many of
you?
them were masochists?
I don't know. I don't know.
Sneaky's the vanilla boy then.
Yes, you could say I'm very vanilla.
Blech. I mean, I like vanilla as a flavor, but just
I'm
gross,
so
God.
vanilla, I'm nearly French.
Yeah.
Oh come on!
Why
You've
would
got
you
way
ever
more-
want to
you've
be
got way more
associated with those
self-respect
people?
than that.
Anyway, so
I
Guinea
believe
only
in you,
loved
Sneaky,
Harry
way
for
more
his
than that.
titles, and blah
Also,
blah
by the way, I just
blah.
want to say that's probably one of the most surprising things. Is like, oh, he is super vanilla. Like you would expect a person like Sneaky, you'd expect him to be into some freaky stuff, if for no other
Yeah,
reason than
generally.
because he's had a terrible life.
No, yeah. I mean, generally, most of us that I run into in the SDM, yeah, you're fucking degenerates on some level. That's not to say I'm not one.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So tell
That's
us, what
just to
level
say-
are you on?
Let's not go into it.
You're right. That's for the after show.
That's
good.
what he asked. Yeah,
C8 has
exactly.
already clipped it.
Yes, thank you, C8.
Yeah, of course he has.
You do your
We-
slave labor proud.
He would.
We
the
really
fucking
do need to
degenerate.
pay this dude
No,
something
no, we
at some
don't.
point.
Not
No,
never,
he's
not
a
at all.
Brazilian. He works for
It
like,
literally, he
gratification.
works for free. Yeah, it's
It's
literally.
gratification. His government doesn't care about him. Okay,
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
That's why he's trying to get a job from Americans. Little does he know, we're all broke too.
Pretty much.
The
So
job market's coming
anyway,
back.
during
Things are getting better.
No, the job market is
Victor. Wait,
goddamn it,
who the
I have
fuck
to
is
write
Victor
that. The job market
Weasley?
is not coming back. It's furloughed
It's
employees.
slowly-
What? Who the fuck is Victor Weasley?
Victoria?
Yeah,
Or
no,
Victoire?
Victoire Weasley. Who the
I
fuck
think
is
that's
that?
that's Floor and Bill's daughter.
All right. So anyway, at that kid's birthday party, Harry
She's
made
canon, to be clear.
met the jailbait, and jailbait
Oh, no.
apparently stopped being jailbait and turned into a thought, and
A woman.
he
Okay,
and the
look,
thought.
I'm just saying, at some point, jailbait does in fact cease to be jailbait. That's how age works.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, like,
I'm
okay,
aware.
but okay, wait. But if he's like looking at her like, you know what, fuck, I want to hit that, man. I'm gonna wait till she's 18.
No, listen,
Uh,
that's still wrong. That's still creepy.
That's still a little wrong. But actually, okay, wait. It's wrong insofar as when you decide that you're gonna try and fuck it. If she's 17 and a half, it's still gross, but
Anyway,
not as gross.
so He fucked Gabby,
Oh no!
and
See, I can't get that one because you knew this person as a kid,
that
like as a
no.
little kid.
Well, yeah, that, yeah. Then they continued having the affair, and by the time he was
Affair?
35,
Please don't say affair. It sounds like affair.
affair.
You shouldn't have given him. You shouldn't have told him that. You've given him power.
It's disgusting.
By
and
the
you know
time he was
I'm not saying you're
35,
wrong. I'm saying
he
you've
had
given him
become the
power.
youngest DMLE head and was respected across the entire Europe.
By the way, that's just something I don't understand. This person's captured lots of criminals. Clearly, they are smart enough. To
He also had in wedlock sexual trysts with Susan Bones, the Mazzella Robbins, Katie Bell, Daphne Greengrass, and many more women. He also had a kid with
etc.
yes, literally etc.
Wow.
okay.
No, he actually wrote EPC.
Can you imagine? Like the scandal comes out that like the chief of police
And
is having a bunch
etc.
of affairs, and
The chief of police is getting it. He's got bitches.
No,
and
but I'm
literally
saying you see
everybody
that in the
his
newspaper,
classes.
and you find out that you don't even get mentioned. You're just an etc. How
Oh my
mad
God,
are
yeah.
you about that?
Oh yeah, you're Astoria Greengrass, and you're like, what the fuck? Why wouldn't they mention me at least? And then
Do I not deserve
He had a son with
You have to
Daphne.
flip to page 7 to read their name eventually.
He had a son with Daphne, and soon he got fed up living in Britain.
It's a full page ad.
Indeed. He got fed up with living
okay.
in Britain, and he resigned from his post, and then he
You know
traveled
what? Okay,
the world.
This is the first thing I actually agree with. I would
Yeah.
get fed up with living in Britain too. You know what? I think we all would.
Yeah, I probably would suck a shotgun if I
British
lived in Britain.
got so sick of living in Britain, they tried to conquer the world to have anywhere else to go.
No,
This
let's
is
be
true.
clear. No, let's be clear here. The British conquered the rest of the world in their quest for finding something that was spice. And they never found the spice, and so they just kind of were like, well, I guess we're just never going to have anything spicy.
To be fair, it was also a quest for other people's cultural artifacts.
No, that came
Boys,
after.
We don't live here in the UK. British Museum of Art.
Suspicious whistling.
Anyway, so he fucked a lot of women, and then he tried to leave Britain. And then Guinea.
Okay, hold on.
That
What
sounds like a good song.
I don't understand that. What is this tried to leave? Like, it's not like they can stop him from leaving. We can't let you out of the country using adulterer. This is not the 1930s. That is no longer a crime.
Well, actually,
it's not. It's still
if
not.
we're
the
being
1930s.
honest here, it seems like the Ministry of Magic is in like the 1940s.
You're under arrest on what charges? For being Harry Potter.
For fucking
charge.
everyone.
Also, you fucked my wife.
I mean, okay, that is true though. Like Katie Bell probably married someone. Fucking all these other people, Susan Bones probably married someone. All these women have probably have husbands just because in this world, like, birth rates are really low, and it seems like
don't I get a lawyer for this? Yeah, sure. Here's your lawyer. Gives him the phone. All right, lawyer. How are you gonna help me get out of this? I'm not. What do you mean you're not? You fucked my wife.
Hey, you fucking piece of shit! I know what you did.
Gets to the
with my
courtroom.
wife,
Judge.
Katie Bell.
So, Harry Potter, you're finally here. You fucked my wife, and now you're gonna suffer the consequences. Whose wife haven't I fucked? The gay couple raises their hands.
Through the veil.
No.
Veil you go.
Yeah, the gay couple starts raising their head. One of them puts it down sheepishly.
Yes.
How was I?
No, it's a lesbian couple. It's perfect. One is like, yeah, we didn't, and then like the other's like, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of bi. He's kind of hot, okay?
Look, you'd been out of the country for 3 weeks.
I actually think that was a Monty Python skit now that I'm thinking about it.
I
Whose
think it
wife
was.
haven't I fucked?
Yeah, I'm
Raises
sure if
hand.
you looked it up, like Monty Python, who's wife have an iPhone.
Probably made a joke about that.
The best part is
Monty Python
because
is the best.
putting Monty Python into any Google search result, no matter how bad, immediately redeems you.
Yeah, more or less.
Monty Python is literally the only thing that like makes me wonder about what Britain used to be. Like,
So anyway,
Them and Blackadder?
Rabbit.
them and Blackadder are the only one that I'm like, you know what? This used to be a great place.
So anyway, apparently him and Guinea break up, and then he gave all the black property. Oh no, he gave Teddy all the black properties and money.
Okay.
He also gave some money to Daphne, and she got married to some Italian. And then
The Italian job.
Ron and Hermione married each other, and then Hermione became a housewife and just completely gave up her animal rights.
Yeah, that fits. Because of all the people in the Harry Potter universe who would be content to accept.
And then Harry Potter told everyone that he was going to go on a world tour and then come back to Britain, of which he had no intention of doing. And so he traveled around the world, and he killed shit tons of dark wizards, and he learned a fuckload of spells.
Because those are just, hanging about in every fifth pub.
So he killed a fuckload of people, and he learned a shit ton of spells. And then he met Gabby again, and it turns out that his one-night stand with her gave twins. Like, Harry's having a lot of fucking bastards, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he going for the Genghis Khan achievement?
I think he's going
he
for the
is.
Game of Thrones achievement.
He's trying to make a generation. He's trying to make a generation of children who go to Hogwarts all together, and they're like, "Yeah, who's your dad, Harry Potter? Yeah, who's your dad, Harry Potter? Oh, yeah, who's your dad, Harry Potter?
There's gonna be one kid in there. Who's your dad? Ron.
Ron Weasley."
Wait a minute.
The Harry Potter fucked my dad club.
Can you just imagine? I could just imagine the Sorting Hat. How many of ya are Harry Potter's kids?
No, it's like, okay, this is how the joke goes, right?
He makes a new house. The Harry Potter house.
One of the older years, who is one of Harry Potter's bastards, then makes like a Harry Potter. They're gonna call it. Oh man, what is it? The Potheads. They're all Potter bastards, and they're like, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
He fucked my mom too.
Sorting Hat starts out putting them in different houses, and then it gets to like the fifth kid, and it's like, you know what? There's a new house. There's a new house. It's the Harry Potter house.
Yes. And it's like, yeah, there's a decent amount of us. There's like 14 of us.
Anyway, so we're nearing the end. And then on his journey, blah, 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 blah. During his time in India, he learned about parcel mouth magics, and then he learned about earth magics, and then he learned about the Veil of Death magics, where he could use the veil as a portal.
We were going to get Harry Potter the Earthbender.
Where he would
Why
use the
is it
veil
always
as a portal.
the veil, man? Fucking get creative with this shit.
No. It's the veil because it's easy. It's right
That's
there,
what I mean.
and it's easy.
That's what I mean.
No, I
Be
don't
fucking
fault
creative.
them. No, dude, I don't fault them if they are,
I would say, listen, we've seen what happens when idiots try to be creative, right?
You know
like
what?
we've
This
seen
is the thing.
that.
Wait, but this is the thing, right? I can respect if they try something. I can't respect when they don't. If you get it wrong and you're honestly trying, okay, learn from it as an author. If you're just copy pasting what everybody else has fucking done in Harry Potter, fuck off. I don't want to read it again. It's like garbage to me at this point. You get what I mean? Like, these people, they write this shit like we haven't read it 14 million times. I've read about the Veil of Death and Harry Potter going through it in some manner, I think literally like 500 times at this point.
I'm sure. Like, genuinely. Like, and right, like, I do get what you're saying, but, like, on the other hand, right, like, there are some times when keeping it simple is for the best, right? Like, there's all kinds of Star Wars stories where it's like, how are we going to do this crossover? I don't know. Something hyperspace problems. Something for shenanigans, right?
Okay, here's an easy one. Right? Let's say you use an artifact like the mirror era said, right? Something that's supposed to show people's desires, or And what I mean by use it, I mean like it's involved in some ritual. It breaks.
Right.
Harry Potter ends up in it, and he's like, "Holy shit, this is like an alternate universe, and everything's different." But it's a mix of a lot of people's desires, so it's like a hodgepodge world. Okay, this is cool, and that's specifically just for like Harry Potter alternate, like where he goes to like a wrong boy who lived world and is like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Or stuff like that, which is pretty common. I've seen in fan fiction. Or you can do something different. But like anything, just like a little bit of flavor sometimes would be nice. You know what I mean? I'm not the British. I don't want bland shit 24/7.
Ah, that's a problem because these are all written by people who wish they were British.
Yep, that's true.
Ugh. To be British is a fate worse than being Australian.
Actually,
It's
being
only-
Australian is relatively rad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pretty great. The worst is being French, obviously.
Listen. No, the worst is being Japanese.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I feel like if you're just normal and in
Your
Japan and are
entire-
Japan.
Okay, listen. First of all, that assumes there are normal people in Japan, so you're immediately wrong off the bat.
That's what I'm saying, though. If you're just normal and in Japan and not like a fucking neat, you'll do fine. I literally think that yeah, I understand that like it's not the greatest for a lot of reasons, but at the same time, it's like I feel like if you were just normal, you'd be okay, buddy.
Okay,
Look.
but listen. Here's the problem with that supposition. This is the country that invented a holographic AI wife because there was
Yeah.
sufficient demand.
Yeah, you're right on that one. I don't know. I agree that like it is
And
place
most
is
of them
fucked up.
are oppressed.
Listen, I understand what you're saying, right? I understand your basic premise, but you forget that this is the place that's like, yeah, cat girls and King Arthur with tits and a holographic AI wife, which I will say this, I would buy it just to like easily control all my smart home technology. That's its
yeah.
most useful function to me.
I,
Like,
mm,
No,
on some level, I agree. Right? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying like at the same time, it feels like if there was just like maybe
Because here's
I
the thing,
don't
right?
know
Here's the thing.
1,000 more normal people in that country, it'd be a lot better.
No, listen, I agree with you. But here's the thing, right? Like, you could take a product like that, and like, let's say I'm trying to market that in America, downplay the like creepy wife aspect, upplay the person, like, right? First of all, give it a dude option, and upplay the like home secretary option, right? Because like
Mhm.
the video they have of this thing shows off all kinds of like. It will learn when you're coming home from work and turn the lights on. You can text it stuff like preheat the oven to 375, and you know, as long as it's got the ability to like interface with your oven, it will do that.
Yep, I get that. I understand where you're coming from. I don't know if I agree completely, but yeah. Go ahead, Sneaky. Let's continue on with this shit fan fiction that so far has had nothing to do with anything Game of Thrones related and everything to do with how fucking badass Harry Potter is
Yeah,
and how much
basically.
pussy he slays and how I'm like him because I slay all the pussy.
Nope. Pretty much nailed it.
Very good. Possibly too good. We'll have to ask you to leave, sir. Sir, you're making all the female members uncomfortable. You're gonna have to leave.
What
And then-
female members?
And then one day,
Checkmate, motherfucker.
he came back to Britain
Birdie.
and he looked at all his
Checkmate.
friends.
That's one. That's not enough females to matter. I need at least like, how many is it? I need 1 and 1/20th because that's how much I care about women. You know what? That like 80% of women is like 100% of a man. You know what I mean?
Ah, there. I was like, where is he going with his stupid joke?
Mm-hmm.
I got there eventually. Okay, I got there eventually.
Yep, just
yeah,
like the short bus.
That's the end of chapter 1.
Ugh. Fuck this. Fuck, it's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Okay, one
Almost
thing.
makes you forget that
Did
it's a Game of Thrones story.
No, it definitely isn't a Game of Thrones story. It's a fucking reskin of some garbage fantasy from literally every review I've read. They're like, what the does this person not know anything about Game of Thrones at all? Like, even like your base fucking knuckle dragger fucking I can't say that word. Idiot. It's the one that starts with M, if you know what I mean. That person, like show watcher, gets more than this motherfucker. I don't even have the energy for this fic to read loudly.
Good. I see.
Well, I guess his phone dropped again.
Or I could just be trying to pick out something new. Either way. Let's see, we got about
this thing.
15 minutes left, and the first chapter of this story was literally nothing but a flashback recap of all the differences that happened.
Of all the
And
pussy
why
that
they're
Harry Potter
garbage.
Yeah.
slayed.
But regardless of all that, literally nothing changed.
Of all the pussy that Harry slayed. God, what a garbage fic. Holy shit, man.
Again?
Is Stanish okay?
No, he's currently having a seizure.
I detect significant amounts of anger. Do we need to call the paramedics?
Not yet. I'll be fine. I'm sweating in a hot car, but yeah, I'll be fine.
Why are you in a hot car?
Because I can't go anywhere that isn't loud, okay? So in the car I shall be.
Alright. I just hope you aren't like skipping out on second shift or whatever.
No. I don't start till what do you call that? Till Monday.
Oh, okay.
I'm still gonna try and get moved to that first shift because, dear God, I want that 3-day week, and then the option if I take a 4-day for that to be just generally all overtime. Can you say that again? You cut out
I
for
said
me.
not bad.
Yeah, it is not bad. Do you guys know who Printful is?
Nope.
Can't
No
say that.
It's a t-shirt company. That's what it is.
Anyway, questions, comments, concerns. Actually, no comments, no concerns, only questions.
Is this author English-speaking native? I'm pretty sure they aren't. Is this author retarded? Pretty sure they are. Is this author masturbating furiously while writing? Probably. That's why they can't spell. Probably. Other than that, I'm not sure. I think that's all the questions I have for today. Oh, okay. Can I drone strike this author?
Sadly, we've already used up our allotment of drone strikes on this podcast for the month. You'll have to use some of your own personal allotment.
Okay. Let me just call up Obama. He knows how to drone strike civilians.
Exactly. By the way, for those who don't know, one of the they couldn't afford to slash military spending, but what they could afford to do was allow each American to get 2 drone strikes a month for the next 3 months. So
That's
watch
wonderful.
your
You know what?
steps.
More power to you.
The CARES Act.
don't
We care enough about people to let them pilot a drone for 5 hours.
That's beautiful. You know, I love this country so much. What is Sneaky doing?
I don't know. Is he dead?
I don't know either. Holy shit! I just saw someone blow out both of their knees.
How?
Oof.
Like in front of you?
No, in a GIF. It's pretty sad.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say, please get off this call in
Go
alert
help them,
911.
you
Go.
asshole.
And I'm fine. I'll stay here, guys. It's okay.
They're good. They're good. We just hear
They're getting out.
screaming.
They're walking away.
They're
good.
walking it off.
Ah, you blew out both your knees. Walk it off, you baby.
Yeah. Obviously, they just need some tough love. I'm gonna
No,
send it.
I think too much tough love has been the problem.
I don't know. I feel like that's not enough.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't I kneecap you and see how you feel?
Oh
See,
no.
I understand
Oh,
how that could be.
Limbs don't bend that way.
No, they don't.
What?
Oh god.
Is it sad? It makes me laugh.
Oh,
Oh, that doesn't make me laugh.
that is almost as bad as the time my buddy Nate got his leg broken. I watched that thing do a 180.
Oh, that's gotta be so much pain. Holy shit, man.
He actually, it was actually kind of good for him. He went.
No, I'm
his-
talking about this. I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
that.
this.
I was saying because my buddy Nate got lucky. His body actually just went, "I'm done," and took him straight to shock. So we just loaded him in the van and took him to the ER.
It's. I keep watching. I can't stop watching this.
I was able to stop. I was able to stop. I was like, I can't watch no
I
more.
could. After the first time, it's like, nope.
It looks like, oh man, her legs shoved past.
Oh,
You can see like the skin bunch up where it's shoving past the. Oh man.
no,
But-
stop
But on the
describing it.
positive side, if she can recover from that, she has just gained an obscene amount of flexibility.
That looks uncomfortable. Just uncomfortable, Isley says. It's just uncomfortable. Just a flesh wound.
Where did Sneaky go?
I
don't know.
know.
Did he fall asleep on us?
Wouldn't be the first time he's passed out.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say
think
it's
it'll be
not the first
he-
time, my man.
I think this will be the first time he's passed out on stream near the end, isn't it?
We don't walk anymore.
I was gonna say
Almost
Good
tempted to
resilience.
ask you to move that to degenerate corner.
Oh, look at that! Look
We're
at that! We don't
not
walk anymore like we used to.
I.
What's the song when your legs don't work like they used to?
we may have to ask you people to leave for
Alright, I'll
crimes
delete
against
it, I'll delete it.
decency.
I'll delete it. I'll be a good boy.
I
No, you don't have to delete it. Just move it to like the degenerate corner because that's where not safe for work stuff goes.
I-
Alright,
oh,
yeah. Seems
God.
fair. That was horrible. Holy shit.
Like that's what we're saying. We're not saying you can't have it. We're saying make it so that people can't just stumble on that.
Just make sure it's in the appropriate channel.
Oh God, I'm
Alright.
sorry. Now all I can imagine is someone going in there to look at some of Isley's filth, get some material, and then just seeing that.
Boner gone.
That's the first thing that their brain sees. Is like, oh,
Well, no, see,
Oh,
the
no.
unfortunate
Amazing.
part would be if they reach the moment of release at that moment, and their brain connects that with the good times.
Oh,
Because
no.
brains do that.
Yeah, but
Isley,
like,
I'm sorry to tell you that is not your domain, or rather, you don't get a choice in what goes into your domain.
Yeah, it's not yours.
you don't
have
own it.
no power here.
Oh,
Alright,
man,
yeah,
that was
I
so
think Sneaky's passed out. Do we need to call him?
I don't know. You see, the most inconvenient part about this is we can't end the stream. We can all leave, but it'll just be dead roll of him.
You know what? That
On
means
this
for
stream?
Sneaky, we have to keep going.
No, what
Wait.
it means is we need to find a way to get into his desktop and just start playing an ASMR video.
That'll get him, like, that'll fuck with it. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how, like, I know that there's, like, React Andes out there who just watch shit on stream. Like, that's what is that guy called? Hassan has become.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Do you know what the Young Turks is?
Yeah.
Okay, he's the nephew of the big buffalo guy, the fucking Chenk.
Ah.
He's Chenk's nephew. He used to work for them, and then he got into being like a streamer. And do you know who Destiny is? Then
I mean, I've heard the name. I don't give a single flying fuck.
I mean, yeah, it's okay. Destiny kind of like got him started in streaming, and he played well to the more lefty people than even Destiny, and then they got like into a falling out because
One of them
There's-
wasn't left enough.
because Hassan is like a snake as a human being, like a snake literally as a human being, and they have the worst takes ever. and they're two-faced. I'm not even. I think I am generally a Destiny fan, but like I'm not a fanboy. And that person, Hassan, is like a snake as a human being because they'll go and say something like, "Yeah, in private you can probably say the N-word and it's no problem," and then in public go like, "Yeah, how dare you say the N-word in private ever?"
Gotcha. One of those people.
Well, there was like so for people who don't know, like Twitch drama. So like there was like a huge blow up between all the lefties.
For those of us that are sensible enough to not care.
I enjoy drama. Okay, I just do. Okay.
That explains why you're on this podcast.
Obviously. I enjoy specifically. I enjoy lefties fighting each other. I get a good like.
Listen here, as a left-handed person, I find your right-handed oppression offensive.
Fuck you. I'm left-handed too.
Listen, I'm more left-handed than you. Go away.
Fuck you. No, I do everything with my left hand. Okay.
Everything.
Everything. My right hand is frail and broken. There's nothing to it.
This is a very strange argument you two decided to hold.
I don't know. Fuck. We're just spinning while Sneaky eventually comes back, hopefully.
No, here's the problem.
So, because I still don't have his address, so I actually cannot call for a welfare check with him any longer.
I cannot either. Oh, wait. Did he give Nose his address to send him? I know you gave Nose your address.
I've never given Nose my address.
I thought you did.
I don't remember doing so. I don't remember getting anything from him.
Genuinely thought you did. My apologies. Yeah, I could have sworn.
I got his. I still need to send the shit to him, but I have his.
Yeah, I'm a terrible friend. I still need to send him his Christmas gift.
This just sounds like a drug trafficker's like, yeah, I just forgot his address.
I do genuinely feel bad.
Every time Sneaky's had a move, I've had his mailing address because I would just send him like little Christmas gifts. Also, because of his health, it is a good idea for someone to have his address for a welfare check if he just disappears for days on end.
Can you get a hold of his parents or something?
I don't have his parents' phone number.
You were the only one who might.
The most that his mother knows is that Max is that guy that sent him like 3 swords.
Okay,
he's the one encouraging you to kill us all, isn't he?
Wait a second. Do you guys know his like real life name? I know some of you went to college with him. So Facebook her fucking name and get her like messenger. That's pretty easy.
Like, I almost feel like we should call it like, listen, I know he lives in Vermont. I know he lives in Essex. His name is blank. I'm not saying it because we're still live. Can you send someone there, please? We were talking to him and he's just stopped. He was drinking. We're worried.
We were all joking. He might have killed himself out of pure spite from this fucking fanfiction.
No, we leave that part off. We go like, we are genuinely concerned about the lad.
I'm joking.
I know you are, but
I'm just gonna shoot him a text real quick, and if he doesn't,
yeah, I was gonna say this is not the first time it's happened.
This might be the first time it's happened. Sorry, actually, no. This is the second time it's happened on stream. If he did, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the second time it's happened on stream, and then there was the time he fell out of a chair.
It's not the first time he's passed out in a call with us, though.
Oh,
that's
Lord, no, that's not the first time. Now, here's the real question. The paramedics get there and save him. Are we going to get an angry text message, why did you save me? No.
If you've ever wondered why Sneaky's rents all London spite, here's what happened in his shitty life.
This is gonna be real dark when he's actually dead, boys.
I'm counting on that not being a thing so I don't have to kill myself too.
Oh, I can't. You know, there's an evil, gleeful part of me waiting for you to be wrong.
It's real fuck, man. Didn't you go to college with him?
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting for you to be wrong.
That's real fucked.
No, all joking aside,
Yeah, can someone get
there's
a...
not really much we can do to help this poor man right now because we don't know where he lives.
Oh, man, so what do you guys want to do? You want to just keep going?
I don't know.
Talking to the
I don't know. What do we
stream?
do? Do we
Oh,
just try and vamp?
Again, can someone, if you know who he is on Facebook, like
I
not
don't
Facebook
think his
itself,
mom has Facebook.
does his sister have a Facebook?
Maybe, but
This
here's the
is
problem. His
Sneaky's
family has a
I understand that, but
pleasant relation.
do they know his address?
We're not
I'm saying,
sure. We're actually not sure.
I
yeah,
don't know.
we
Might
actually
not
have no
told.
idea. Oh well, Arnish showed up out of nowhere.
Arn, he might be dead. We're not sure. We're debating if whether or not we have any way to contact people who can give us his address to call the cops for a wellness check.
I'll be back in
Is he in the chat? Is that where you saw him?
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, in the chat.
He's in the
Okay.
chat.
Okay. I usually don't have it. I have Twitch open on my phone and I'm talking to y'all.
Oh yeah,
That just sucks the battery right out of my fucking phone.
yeah.
So I'll pull it up on my tablet right now. So I
No,
can
you
chat
don't
with
have
them.
to, man. Don't murder the battery of life for no reason.
No, I'm saying on my tablet. I'm gonna pull up.
My
The
apologies. My apologies.
It's all good. It's all good.
What was that?
Sneaky.
Nope, that's C8 pinging us. Foreshadowing C8. You terrible human being.
He's Brazilian. He's allowed to be.
Yeah, his sense of humor is definitely like the worst of all of us. Right after he started the new podcast. Me. Whack. The fuck are you reading?
Yes, Isley. That these are technically they technically obey the rules. So
Yeah, there's no gore. Oh wait, oh she's talking about that.
yeah.
Yeah. Wait, where is there that?
Oh, you gotta go check the degenerate corner, lad.
No, that's what I mean. I'm not. Oh, I saw. Okay, I saw something. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. That looks bad.
I was gonna say some of it is certainly pushing the line, but you are conforming to the letter, if not the spirit.
Well, I wouldn't say most of it is skirting the line. Like
I
as
said
are Lane
some of it.
Girls.
I said
No.
some of it.
So, Noseless said most of this is skirting the line.
Nah.
I wouldn't say most of it is. I say there's a couple pictures in there.
Yeah,
Like most of it, they're pretty obviously not.
I was gonna say
That
take out the
word.
lolly stuff, and we're good.
There's like two pictures in specific that I'm looking at that are like the most obvious.
Yeah.
Because there's like kissing. Or no, there's 3 pictures then. Wait, no, 4. Okay.
Isley.
There's 4 of like 7 of like 10 pictures. Fatter shit. He's shitting out of his entire distance. Let's be honest. What are the rules if not to be skirted? No, Liz, you cum stained Jew.
You are alive, sir.
That word is not an insult unless you use it as one. I'm reading it in context.
I would just say, I mean, technically speaking, it's neither of them are incorrect statements. Nose, do me a favor, get rid of the lolly ones.
I'm glad I don't go to that channel because it sounds shit.
It's not that bad. I mean, other than the knees. But you saw
never
the
mind.
knees.
I was laughing the entire time.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to see the knees thing, don't worry. There's a brief little. Oh, good lord! It's not what I meant, Arn. been gone for a bit. See, this is what I was worried about. Like, it's like I don't think we can find his family on social media.
Yeah. Did he say he was gonna do something?
No.
I
Don't
didn't
think
hear
so.
that.
Did you?
What's is he? Oh,
What?
they just talked.
Oh, you're fuck. Where the hell have you been?
Drunk.
You sound different.
That's because I
He's
just
drunk.
sobered up.
Oh,
Yes.
that sucks.
Mildly.
Anyway,
You know what
thank you for
doesn't
giving
suck?
us all a brief scare if you died on stream.
Yeah, Atin was like wishing your death actively while I was like, yeah, I hope this doesn't happen.
I was wishing for your death because I'm sure it's what you want.
So yeah, Harry Potter just jumps through a death portal and is like, yeah, either I die or I'm in another world. Either way, I win.
I like how he's just trying to pretend that nothing happened.
No, just keep moving on. Because you know what? We just spent, I would say a little bit less than 2 hours. If you subtract me being non-existent.
But
From
for
covering
real,
this one story.
give at least Max your real world address the next time you pull this. We don't have to be like, if we need to call the cops to see if he's dead.
The cops
Because listen,
won't come out and check.
Listen, if nothing else, your kind little old landlady doesn't deserve to have to deal with a dead person in her apartment.
Oh, maybe. But she probably wouldn't notice the difference.
She'll notice when you smell.
She wouldn't notice the difference.
Sneaky, we've talked about the importance of playing showers. You're no longer a Magic the Gathering player. You're allowed to shower.
What? Anyway. I'm just gonna pretend you never ever said any of those words and just ignore you. So, what's gonna happen here is that I'm gonna bid you all a farewell. Because we read a story so fucking boring I passed out in the middle of it.
Do not
Not even-
blame the story for that.
I
Sneaky.
am blaming the story for that.
No, you got to the end of the story, said we're ready for questions, and then you passed out. And we're all
Oh yeah,
sitting here
Yeah,
like,
I'll take questions
went-
now. Thumb.
I went through like 3 or 4 fics, and it was 3 or 4 questions and jokes, and I was like, yeah, no.
He might be dead.
I'm gonna have to like go through the stream now and like boost the audio and see like, can I hear the thunk as he passed out after saying that?
Maybe not.
Nothing will ever be as meaty as the chair thunk.
No.
I'm not going anywhere. Creak. Oh fuck.
And no, the best part is the nice second of delay before you get the thunk.
Yeah. Anyway, not gonna extend it tonight with reading another fic because hey, you know what? It's 9
We
o'clock.
gave you people a bonus show on Wednesday.
Yeah, we got a new show. You should all
Yo.
go
Also,
hit that shit up.
last Fridays was like massive. That was a
Yeah.
5-hour show.
Yes, that too. So, that was Harry Potter and Game of Thrones, in which Harry Potter goes to Game of Thrones, no longer Harry Potter, thoroughly disillusioned with the world, and then he has lots
It's
of kids.
always Harry Potter thoroughly disillusioned. Like, imagine how much better the world of Game of Thrones might be if they got a Harry Potter who wasn't a jaded ass.
It's possible
Harry
he might
Potter
be better.
would be dead.
No, it's also possible he could make a difference because he might have magic.
Last Friday was awesome. It was awesome, but it was also like we fucking ran forever.
Yes. So
Wednesday
anyway,
was-
as everyone knows now, we have a new podcast on Wednesday called World Building. It's where we sit there and faff about for like as long as we feel like, talking about world building and shit that we cover here, except with less insults directed at humanity.
This is true.
So,
We also try to stay a little bit more like
On top.
in a
On
general
topic.
theme.
yes. So, without further ado, I'll bid you all farewell, and we'll see you next time on Tuesday, because, of course, there's always more, and it always gets worse.